and farmers' kids in the United States who are angry and pissed off and tired of being farmers' kids, they listen to heavy metal. They don't listen to Los Lobos. So it's a middle class trip. It's like recreation. Let's go drink Corona beer, have a taco, listen to Los Lobos.
So now we go ethnic.
Yeah, but now it's beyond that. It's actually become a way of experiencing music again in an elemental way, rather than always the process through the 3-inch speaker, which is this scrim-like thing, like these curtains of finely woven, seamless pop music that seems to recede, which is kind of what it's intended to do. It's so depersonalized that it seems to go back and up until it becomes like a giant backdrop with one person who jumps forward and says a few lines, and then, but rather the presence of people actually playing their instruments, well, cyclically it comes around again. And I don't mean punk style, who bash their heads and that's really what they're up to, socially making a statement or economically or just being mad. But music in an ensemble setting is the thing that's going to like come to people. It's what they're going to feel something. If they want an emotion, they want to feel it. Maybe work at a desk job all day. Life seems too cut and dried, so they want to just get some emotion, get some kind of an attitude here, and so everything goes around all the time. It's like this girl Tracy Chapman is going to be the new Joan Baez. It's like it's all happening a generation later.
So you think that your time has once again come then?
Well, it could be. I mean, timing is obviously everything. If you're out of your time frame or the time frame you belong in, it's like you're never there. Right. So I don't know. I mean, I have a feeling that I think that you also need to take timing and put it together with a certain commercial thrust, so that you somehow business-wise are, being put out there. You can't just stand there and say, hey, I'm on time, because the world's just rushing by and I'll never know. So somehow they have to take this on-time thing and lay it before the public in a certain way. And they did do that with Los Lobos. They got them better haircuts and different shirts, and they put them out there and did a thing. You couldn't miss it. It was very well put together, very well handled. So that's important. Product management, like with dishes or little radios or whatever you've got to do it. And without that element, you can't achieve that kind of high visibility. And so, as far as I'm concerned, I have the advantage of being older, and so therefore less concerned about, am I going to make it? I have no complaints. The only thing about selling a lot of records is it makes life a little easier. Then if you want to make a call and say, let's do this project or that project, everybody bows and says, yes, of course, immediately, we'll help you do whatever you want to do. And it's nice to get help, and it's nice to be encouraged to do this, that, or the other thing. You know what I'm saying? Rather than always beating on the doors saying, let me do this, let me do that. If it hadn't been for Walter Hill, I don't really know what the hell I would have done. But he helped me out when I needed help. You get help sometimes.
Are you comfortable with, as I mentioned, being one of the more venerated musicians of the rock era among both your contemporaries and also even the critics? Is it a comfortable position?
Well, thank God it isn't a position I have to confront. If it's so, then it isn't a thing I'm daily aware of, you know what I mean? Because veneration is nothing I think you would seek. People who are venerated didn't start off saying, I want to be venerated, you know what I mean? So it isn't a goal, and thank God it isn't anything that I have to deal with. I mean, I can go to the grocery store and buy my groceries and not be bothered, I don't feel venerated, if that's what you mean. I don't go around with that feeling. I am so you're telling me, but luckily it isn't if it's so, it isn't something I'm daily reminded of, because I just feel like me, and I think that's the best way to feel.
You had quite a bit of respect for Mark Knopfler in a recent interview. What exactly had you meant? What is he doing right to make him stand?
Well, he seems to be a guy who stands on his own, He doesn't rely on haircut and shoes. He's a good musician. He makes good records and has totally succeeded at it. I mean, so I just have respect for anybody who puts their talent first. And he's not falling back on a look or an attitude or It's rare enough these days, so there aren't very many people who have achieved stature, like that in the record business, being kind of a low-profile guy like that. And you can see that he is who he is. It's not some mirror trick, Yeah.
彼以外に、現在のポップミュージック
stands out, you think, in that way?
Well, John Hyatt's a friend of mine who I really respect a lot. He's a great talent. Whether or not he will prosper, he's gotten himself to a point where more people have heard him, and he's a prolific songwriter and a great talent. So to me, I like the guy. I just think he's terrific. I like Steve Earle because Steve Earle is in a rich tradition. It's Johnny Cash. He's kind of like the reincarnation of Johnny Cash almost. Steve Earle is great. I don't know what he's going to end up doing, but he's very good. But I don't know. I don't hear a lot of modern stuff. You got to remember. I don't listen to the radio if I can help it.
Is that right?
It's noisy, yeah.
Where do you come in contact with music then?
Oh, well, it's everywhere. You hear it all the time. It's on TV, it's on the radio, it's in the gas station, it's in the grocery store. It's a constant thing. When I was a kid, music was a funny thing. It was like, where was it? Only people who liked music knew about music. And after the Beatles, everybody was aware of it. Now it's a constant part of life. It's interesting that it is. But I listen to, I keep my ears open. Things get through. But as far as pop music is concerned, I don't know. If I hear a hit record, because that's all you hear on the radio, that's good, I'm interested to hear it. And my boy, he likes pop music. He doesn't shun the radio like I shun the radio. I avoid it. But he actually doesn't. He actually wants to listen and see what's happening. And he'll tell me, he says, boy, I heard a great record today. And I said, what was that? He says, it's this thing by the Fat Boys. And I says, what's that? He says, oh, it's rap. It's great. You got to hear it. And he'll play it for me. And he's usually right. And I usually say, well, that's good. I'm curious, So I use him for my filter. He's 9, so if he tells me something's good, I'll go check it out. Because he's got good ears. But other than that, I might never hear anything.
It's rather convenient.
Yeah.
You're a little scout there.
Yeah. Performs a good service. He also will tell me when I'm doing something that's good. If he hears me playing something, and he'll tell me, I think that's good or that's terrible. And it's interesting to have somebody who's young.
Does he play it all?
He plays drums, but a child knows instinctively if something's working or not. If it works for them, it's not because of some intellectual process, usually. It's because it just moves them, like anything would, like sunshine or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It gives them a feeling that they don't filter out, they don't block it. So if you can get through, then you got something. I always figured. Yeah.
じゃあ最後に
Set the record straight here.
Yeah, I don't go into that too much.
Okay, but this is this may at least set it straight once and for all. This rumor that won't die about how you played last slide guitar and Let It Bleed.
No, what did I play? What came out?
Well, that's the thing, that people have said that you played a lot and then you
No.
were never credited.
No, what did I play? Mandolin?
Well, that's what was credited.
Well, that must have been what I played.
Yeah.
別になんかストーンに対する感じでやるんですか
But it wasn't a bitter experience for you, right?
It was not much of an experience at all. It was long enough ago to where it's hard to recall, except I remember they drank a lot of Lancer's wine on the session.
That's bad for the brain.
Yeah, I couldn't quite handle the Lancers. Heavy intake of the Lancer. One of the things that stands out is what they drank.
You were also supposed to be credited for Honky Tonk Women too.
No, they played that.
They played that.
You can trust me. They played. I wasn't around, by the way, for that session, so I don't honestly know who played what. I didn't see it. I was not a witness to that, and if you're not a witness to something personally, you don't ever quite know who's doing what.
Uh-huh.
You know.
Okay. That's just a little historical, a little bit of trivia there.
Oh, sure.
Well, thanks a lot then.
Okay.
I think we got a couple of pictures here.
Pictures.
Very quick.
The picture man.